This is Luke Paulson, the Catholic Conservative, and welcome to the News of the Week for April 9th, 2022. And if you enjoy these videos, do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more. 9.2%, or nearly 10%. That is how much stock in Twitter that Elon Musk now owns. It may not seem like much, but he is now the majority shareholder. While it is an uphill battle, he has the potential to do a lot of good with this position. Best of luck, Mr. Musk. President Donald Trump has been asked to run for Speaker of the House if the Republicans retake the House. Officially, he does not want to because it would interfere with his presidential run. As much as I would love to see President Trump sit in the Oval Office again, he can do so much more for this country as Speaker. He would be able to set hearings and decide which legislation comes forward. Mr. President, if you can hear me, please reconsider being Speaker of the House. The Daily Wire has decided to invest $100 million in creating animated series. Movies like David and shows like Turtle Twins show that the idea of producing content outside of the liberal complex is not just feasible, but doable. With Disney creating political propaganda to teach kids about imaginary genders, it is time that we stop standing on the sidelines. I have yet to see a movie or a television series that does not try to put in politics under our noses. The difference between David as well as Turtle Twins is that they are upfront. The lobbyists in Hollywood that try to get liberal talking points in these series think that their jobs are secure. After the public outcry when a man won the women's NCAA in swimming, there has been a newfound renewal of the defense of women in women's sports. I am still trying to find out why no biological women compete in men's divisions. A male cyclist has been banned from competing in the women's division. I know nothing about him, but I am going to postulate that he had the worst times in the men's division, and since competing with the women, he is placing much higher. That is the pattern that we see over and over again. We have to remain strong and get this nonsense over with. Thank God for the differences between men and women. Otherwise, we would have gone extinct after Adam and Eve. Wow, 4 pieces of good news in a row. How about that? Well, I guess I jinxed it. In George Orwell's 1984, Winston Smith works for the Ministry of Truth, where he works to update historical records. He does this by altering the newspapers so that the party is always right. Now the White House is altering official White House transcripts after Brandon forgot that he was vice president under Obama. I am sure that even though they were called out on this, they will be editing his myriad of gaffes. That is too bad, because I really want to learn why Corn Pop was such a bad dude. Another thing, I remember when CNN aired this.
Everybody makes spelling mistakes. All right, everybody. I do, everybody does. But on Twitter, Donald Trump makes a lot more of them than most people. Just this week, he misspelled Republican and unfair. But those are hardly the worst examples. We have seen countless absurd spellings from the commander-in-chief. He has called showbiz shoebiz. There's hamburgers. There's the smocking gun. There's a lot of these. Even misspelling his wife Melania's name. It's actually not that funny. I know English teachers are horrified by the president's poor form. Lots of other people are embarrassed by it too. But I've never seen anyone do a comprehensive study of his spelling errors or look at what they mean. So that's where FactBase comes in. FactBase is this excellent website that has every single word the president says. Some other politicians as well. It looks at all of Trump tweets, even the deleted ones, for this database of typos and other screw-ups. So we gave the president the full benefit of the doubt. These researchers only counted true misspellings, homophone swaps, and incorrect multi-word phrases. So, here's what the researchers found. On average, Trump makes a spelling error at least 1 out of every 5 days. And since taking office, he's made at least 188 of them total. More than 188 spelling errors on Twitter.
And remember how much fun the media had with the gaffes of President Bush? Where are those people now? Restaurants in Minneapolis, Minnesota are adding gratuity charges because customers are shorting the waitstaff on tips. Now, this is nothing new, as restaurants have been doing this sort of thing for years. What is new is that the restaurants in question are blaming this on racism and sexism. If you accuse your customers of being racist and sexist before even entering your establishment, you might be a part of the problem. If you do not believe that your staff is making enough, raise their wages. If you cannot do that with the free market, that is not our problem. Charging customers more based on imaginary racism and sexism is not a good business strategy. The first of the mostly peaceful protesters from January 6th has been released. The court found that the defendant broke no laws during his 10-minute stay in the Capitol. After all, he was allowed in, and the deep state was trying to get people inside. After all this time, denied his constitutional rights, he is free. There was another mass shooting, and so liberals have called for more gun laws, but they ran into a problem. Since the shooting took place in one of the country's many gun-free zones, there are few more laws that the legislature could conceivably pass. They have passed so many laws that the criminals are the only ones who have guns now. Yet, in areas where there are relatively few laws, the number of mass shootings is lower. More gun laws yields more gun crime. Abortionists have been sugarcoating what they do for as long as they have been around. They claimed that it was all about women's health and empowerment, but now we know that the health of the woman is unaffected and it does not empower all of the girls who are killed. They claimed that it was all about the population bomb, but it was a dud. They claimed that the child cannot feel pain and cannot recognize what is going on, but the child can feel every bit of pain as he is killed. While states like Colorado are trying to expand abortion up until birth, a California bill will allow abortion after the child is already born. This was never about healthcare, empowerment, population, or even science. This was all about the right to kill your own child whenever you so desire. The verdict for the Mississippi case at the Supreme Court is already in place, but future decisions are in question. Speaking of which, Justice Jackson may not have passed grade school science, but apparently that is not a qualification for the Supreme Court. She has been confirmed, and all future judicial decisions of the highest court will be influenced by this. When it comes to all cases concerning gender identity, she will not be able to define the word woman. When it comes to pedophiles and groomers, she will stand with the pedophiles and groomers. Things are going downhill really fast. It turns out that there really is a slippery slope. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke. Maybe I'm completely off my rocker, but that is just my opinion. And if you enjoyed this content, do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more. And also don't forget to follow me on social media.